we're literally one of the worst shooting teams in the NBA right now. I don't think that's who we are.
LeBron James is 40 years deep in his 23rd season, and for the first time ever, it really feels like the league is sliding right past him. For 2 whole decades, the NBA revolved around him. Every headline, every rivalry, every storyline pointed straight at LeBron.
I don't know. Did I slip any tonight? I didn't notice it. I seen a couple guys kind of, but I don't know. No answer for it. For sure.
But now the spotlight's shifting fast. The Lakers brought in fresh firepower. Luka is dropping wild numbers every night, and Austin Reaves is quietly leveling up into a legit problem on the court. Meanwhile, LeBron's shifting from being the guy to the steady OG. Still respected, still sharp, but not the one running the whole operation anymore. This video dives into that shift. What's really changing in his game, how the Lakers look with him versus without him, and what all of it says about this stage of his career. We're watching an era fade in slow motion, and maybe catching the first pages of the final chapters of one of basketball's biggest stories. And the numbers paint the picture loud and clear. This season, he's putting up 16.5 points, 5 boards, and 8.3 assists in 32.5 minutes, shooting 49.1% from the field, 33.3% from deep, and 50% at the line. On paper, that's solid. If any other forward put up those stats, people would be calling him an all-star type player. But because it's LeBron, the expectations are sky high. Last season, he averaged 24.4 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 8.2 assists in almost 35 minutes, with way cleaner shooting across the board. Over his entire career, he's been the dude dropping around 27 points, 7.5 boards, and 7.4 assists on over 50% shooting. Compared to that, this season's 16.5 and 5 looks like a serious drop-off, and the shift in his style pops right off the screen. He's taking far fewer shots, 18.1 attempts last season down to just 13.3 now. He's not attacking the rim with the same force, and he's way more selective about when he powers up and when he chills. He's shifted into full playmaker mode now, more of a creator who sets everyone else up and lets them shine. His scoring dropped from superstar levels to numbers you'd expect from a solid starter, and the rebounding dip shows he's not the same explosive force around the basket anymore. It's not a collapse. It's a straight-up evolution. But for the first time, it really feels like the league is moving on without him. And the free throws tell you exactly where he's at right now. Last season, he was hitting 78.2% from the line, steady and reliable for a guy with his skill set.
Togetherness is important. Playing for each other. The bench spirit tonight was great. I do think there's something with this group where we just, whatever the game requires that night, that's what we're going to do to try to put us in a position to.
This year, he's sitting at 50%, only making half his shots at the stripe, and that's a huge slide for someone who built his career on rhythm and precision. That drop shows something deeper than just mechanics. It hints that he's not getting to the line with the same confidence, same power, or same swagger. And when he does get there, the rhythm's off. The timing, the comfort, even the trust in his own drive looks different. It's not just age. His whole approach to attacking the rim is changing right in front of us. There is one category where the numbers look cleaner: turnovers. Last season, he coughed it up 3.7 times a night, but this year he's down to just 2.0, which on paper looks like he suddenly became way more careful with the ball. But once you dig in, the picture shifts fast. It probably means he's not taking the same wild risks, not squeezing impossible passes through tight windows, not barreling into bodies trying to create something out of thin air. When you handle the ball a little less and play a little safer, the mistakes naturally drop. He's still running the offense. Those 8.3 assists prove it. But that nonstop chaos he used to unleash on defenses just isn't hitting the same anymore. Young LeBron used to hit teams like nonstop waves, just pressure after pressure, no breathing room. This version slows the game down, runs the pace, and lets others carry the load when it's the smart move. But the real story this season isn't even the stats. It's the fact he's barely been available. He's played only 4 games so far. The year opened with a sciatica issue, a nerve problem running through his lower back and leg, and that alone kept him out until mid-November. And just when he started finding a little rhythm, he sat again with right foot soreness, especially during back-to-back sets. The team calls it precautionary, part of a careful plan. But come on, we all see the reality. At 40, the body doesn't bounce back like it used to. Long flights hit harder, heavy minutes sting more, and those back-to-backs feel like a whole mission now. And the NBA's new 65-game rule makes everything even clearer. To qualify for awards like MVP or All-NBA, players need at least 65 appearances. With the games he's already missed, those talks are finished before they even begin. For almost 20 years, the question was always which All-NBA team he'd make, but this year, the honest answer might be none. Not because he lost the talent, but because the body just won't let him be on the court enough. Meanwhile, the Lakers are out here thriving. They're sitting at 15-4 near the top of the West, and the wild part is how good they look both with him and without him. They won every game he played and 4 straight with him on the floor, but they also went 11-4 when he didn't suit up, dropping over 115 points a night like nothing. The message is loud. This squad doesn't just survive without LeBron. They look confident, dangerous, and fully capable on their own. And a massive reason for that is Luka Dončić, who's going nuclear this season. He's putting up 35.1 points, 8.7 rebounds, and 9.2 assists while shooting 47.1% from the field, playing like he's in his own universe. He's clearly the #1 option now, the engine behind everything the Lakers do. When LeBron's on the floor, the whole offense slows down a bit. The game gets more controlled, more calculated. With both stars taking turns, one possession runs through Luka, the next through LeBron, and even though it's smart basketball, you can feel the offense trying a little too hard to keep both guys fed instead of just letting one cook. But the moment LeBron sits, Luka hits a different gear. The pace jumps, the ball starts popping, and he spams pick and roll after pick and roll with Deandre Ayton while hunting mismatches like it's second nature. With no older superstar needing touches, his freedom shoots through the ceiling. By the time the third quarter shows up, Luka is usually flirting with 30 while still stacking rebounds and assists like it's nothing. Then there's Austin Reaves, the breakout dude nobody expected to explode like this. He's averaging 28.8 points, 5.8 boards, and 6.8 assists with clean shooting splits. 52% from the field, 36.1% from deep, and 88.2% at the line. Those are star numbers, not role player numbers. When LeBron plays, Reaves slides into that connector role. Part secondary ball handler, part cutter, part spot-up sniper. When Luka or LeBron draw help, Reaves moves right into that open space like he's synced to the whole system, and that balance tells you everything. This Lakers team doesn't need LeBron to control every possession anymore. That alone might be the biggest sign that his era as the one and only focal point is fading out. But when LeBron sits, Reaves turns into a whole different player. He becomes way more aggressive, taking ownership of the offense and running things like a legit floor general. You start seeing way more possessions where he's the primary ball handler, running pick and rolls with Ayton, attacking defenders one-on-one, and going to the rim without second-guessing himself. His shot attempts rise, his drives increase, and he plays with this calm, icy confidence that screams real star potential. Those 30-point nights he's dropping aren't flukes. That's who he turns into when the ball is in his hands. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown. Those big nights from Reaves don't even feel shocking anymore. They look like the natural result of a dude getting the ball more and knowing exactly what to do with it. And right behind all that, Deandre Ayton is quietly having the kind of season people thought he'd break out with years ago. He's putting up 16 points and 8.6 boards a night while shooting a wild 71% from the field. His job is simple but crucial. Set strong screens, roll hard, finish at the rim, and clean the glass. And with Luka and Reaves drawing so much attention on the perimeter, Ayton gets easy looks all game long. When LeBron's on the floor, Ayton still eats thanks to LeBron's vision. Those quick cut passes, those high-low feeds, the little timing plays he's perfected over the years. But when LeBron sits, Ayton becomes Luka's go-to partner in the two-man game, especially in the pick and roll. Luka feeds him perfectly, and Ayton finishes basically anything near the rim. Put all that together, and it's obvious where LeBron stands on this new-look Lakers squad. When he's out there, he definitely makes them better. The offense settles down, the ball moves with purpose, and he cuts out the careless mistakes. His leadership and IQ still show every single night. But here's the real shift. This team does not rely on him anymore. They can win without him, and not just sneak by. They can dominate. Luka is clearly the franchise cornerstone now. Reaves is leveling up fast, and Ayton fits in perfectly as that reliable third piece who ties the whole system together. For most 40-year-olds in the league, this kind of role would be a dream. Starting on a contender, dropping 16.5 points, 5 rebounds, and 8.3 assists with solid efficiency, still making a real impact. But with LeBron, it hits different because he's not being compared to other players. He's being compared to his own greatness. Fans remember the LeBron who carried entire squads, who swung games by himself, who dominated every possession like it was nothing. Now they're watching a version of him that's more supportive, more guiding, helping the next wave shine instead of being the single force powering everything. That doesn't mean LeBron's anywhere close to done. You can still see he loves hooping every time he steps on the floor or even when he's just hyping his teammates from the bench. The way he lights up during big plays, the way he coaches up the younger guys, the way he still dives into teaching moments shows he's far from checked out. And on those nights when his jumper is smooth, he suddenly looks 10 years younger. You see those quick bursts where he runs the floor, pressures the defense, and controls the game like the LeBron everyone grew up watching. But the story's different now, and that's the real shift. This season isn't about whether LeBron's still the best in the league, it's about how a living legend adjusts to a new reality. A reality where the team thrives without him at the center of everything, and he's learning how to play a different version of greatness alongside the next wave of stars. The name still hits hard. It's LeBron James, and that carries weight everywhere he goes. But when you zoom in, the numbers, the role, the presence, they're not the same as before. For the first time in 20 years, the Lakers don't fully revolve around him. They look balanced, confident, and ready to handle business, whether he's running the floor or watching from the sideline. And that shift might be the clearest sign that a whole new chapter has officially started in LA. So here's the real question. How do you see this version of LeBron? Is he the wise vet adapting his game to time and age, or a legend trying to figure out how to share the spotlight with the new stars? And what about the Lakers? Are they finally built to succeed beyond the LeBron era? Or will they eventually realize something's missing without him as the heartbeat? Let me know how it looks from your side in the comments. It's always dope hearing different angles on how greatness evolves. Appreciate you for rocking with this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, share it with someone still debating who the GOAT is, and if you got a minute, there are plenty more crazy basketball stories waiting on the channel. Wild careers, dramatic turns, and moments that change the game. See you in the next one.